Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Inside Post. This episode, we were going to be talking about the Kentucky Oaks on Friday, May 3rd, just right around the corner. One more day, and we kind of kick off these Kentucky Derby festivities with Friday, Saturday, big races, giving you our best bet. Next up, Contender and one long shot for the Longines Kentucky Oaks Big Grade 1 Stakes race for $1.5 million on the line. Looking ahead, race 11 at Churchill Downs on Friday. Right now, it looks like we're looking at about 86% chance of precipitation, so it looks like we could see a sloppy to wet track for these fillies going this long mile and 8. So, take note of everything that we scribbled down on our past performances here, provided by DRF. Go ahead and get it kicked off. Tabit Genali has been scratched out. So looking ahead of, what horses we like, what horses to kind of take into consideration if it is an off-track, muddy, sloppy situation. It's a really good field and probably one of the most loaded Kentucky Oaks fields that we have seen in quite some time. And it's just going to set up for some great summer racing between these young fillies. All right, so right out of the gate, we're going to give you our top pick in here in Torpedo Anna. We put this one on our social media about a week ago as this one was prepping. Kenny McPeak made a huge, bold statement saying that this horse was probably one of the best that he's had. He really likes the way she's training. She looks unstoppable coming into the Kentucky Oaks. Usually has a pretty good track record with Kentucky Oaks runners. Getting Brian Hernandez again aboard her. This daughter out of Fast Anna with Maglia de Oro, and then on the dam side has a little bit of Uncle Mo. 4 for 3 lifetime, over $500,000 in earnings. Biggest race probably was the Grade 2 Fantasy that she won at Oaklawn. Has been on the Churchill Downs track previously, the previous 2 times. I believe it was non-winners of 2 that she stepped in at Churchill going a mile. Then tried to back it up in the Goldenrod, a Grade 2 stakes race, and finished second to a pretty good, intricate horse in there. Has 2 really big wins. Has done it with quite full, big fields, 10 or 8 horses. Looks to be a horse that's going to set off the pace a little bit in here. And I think this definitely should be a race that she's going to be into for sure. Been heavily bet in her 3... even 4 starts, post-time favorite in the past 2 out of 3. Like I said, Kenny McPeak is high up on this horse right now, bragging about how she looks in her workouts, how she looks in the barn. She's just in really great shape and form, obviously, right now. Pretty light raced horse coming in. Like I said, 4 races. So far, 1 for 1 in 2024. So looking for her second start this year. Definitely one to take in consideration. Love the price at 5-1. Just a loaded field, and there's a lot of good horses in here as well. Next, we're going to her far outside, and just FYI, man, this horse looks good also. You take out that Ashland where she was upset somewhat by Leslie's Rose, who's another great contender in here. Just FYI is just good. I mean, looking at the Grade 1 for Zet, the Grade 1 Breeders' Cup filly, just outstanding horse and one that seems to be getting better. An 89 career speed figure last time out in that Grade 1 Ashland. I think she bounces back in here and gets the best of Leslie's Rose from that one. I'm just hoping Junior Alvarado knows what to do, puts her in a great position. Kind of got buried last time out. I don't know if she came out of the gate slow or if she kind of just got pinched. But here being on the outside, her early speed should be able to get her out, and hopefully get her out early, and then make a very good trip in here. Hopefully Junior doesn't choke her back too much. He tries to push her to the lead or tries to get her right off the lead. And I think this horse will set a really good trip. If she can get that trip that she's gotten in 3 of her 4 starts, hopefully nothing happens like in the Ashland. Just FYI will be the Kentucky Oaks winner. And just to her outside, obviously, looking at number 14, Leslie's Rose, the horse that did beat Just FYI in that Ashland. Again, another horse that's done really well in 3 starts and has one hiccup or bad race that you can all mark on. The Devonna Dale going a mile, so maybe she's set up for going a little bit longer. We will see. Todd Pletcher, Irad Ortiz hooking up yet again for this one. We will see if she is better than Just FYI, or if that was kind of just a fluke race where Just FYI did not have her best setup or pace setup in that race. Again, two really great fillies on the outside. And here, I would say the leg up right now is going to Just FYI, just coming off of the slop. I believe it was at Belmont at Aqueduct back in October, so she is a little bit familiar with a sloppy track. But Irad Ortiz is not going to shy away from a little bit of wet track or mud. And I think Leslie's Rose will be able to handle an off track fairly easily. Going to the inside, Tarifa, our fourth pick in here. As you can see, she's got the blue. She likes the wet. In the Rachel Alexander, definitely a slop track there for the fairgrounds. She went a mile and 16th and handled it really well, setting just off the pace and having just enough late kick in that mud to clear her opponents by, I believe it was like 2 3/4 length. So she looked really good in there. Comes back on a fast track in the Fairground Oaks, wins that again, increasing her speed each of those times. 7-2 is just hard to play for her in here. I know it's good, but we want a little bit of price, and right now Torpedo Anna and Just FYI are a little bit more of those money matches that we kind of feel comfortable betting. Of course, Tarifa's workouts are astounding as well. You look at her connections: bred by Godolphin, owned by Godolphin, Bernardini on top, with Kite Beach as the dam with Awesome Again. So another astounding pedigree coming into this Kentucky Oaks. And definitely 4 live contenders in here. All horses look to be kind of in the pace mix, or setting up to be in the pace mix, or coming into it early. So we will see if we can find a late runner in here to be able to run them down. And we are sticking with number 9, Everin, coming from Turfway, so coming off of a synthetic course. Hopefully, if it is a wet, sloppy track, it's not a big concern. But winner of that Bourbonette, and then automatically Eric Foster kind of pointed this horse into the Oaks. Really no other races outside of Turfway Park. I believe she's been to Woodbine, and then Kentucky Downs on the turf in a maiden. So it took her a couple tries to break her maiden, was previously trained by Jonathan Thomas, switched trainers, and then breaks her maiden at Turfway Park. So again, one that's getting better, definitely going to have to take a big step in here. We've kind of learned not to let off these Turfway Park shippers. When they come into big races, they always kind of play spoiler and kind of have some big prices. At 30-1, Everin is worth a chance. Gotta love the sire out of Arrogant. And then on the dam side, Ever Changing out of Tappet. So kind of wow on the pedigrees. We'll just see if the horse can take a step forward in here. Now, if we are looking at a little bit of a wet track, Into Champagne has a victory over Slop, so one can take into consideration there, number 10. And our other one, if the also eligible, Our Pretty Woman draws in here for Joel Rosario with Steve Asmussen. Has 2 wins over the Slop, but yet to really do much in graded stakes races. Was second to Tarifa in that Fairgrounds Oaks. So one to watch, definitely number 15, Our Pretty Woman, if she's able to draw in with the scratch of the 1 in here. Should be a really good horse that's going to tend to this possibility of a slop. Obviously, they're going to try their best to get this track dried out as much as possible. So kind of watch and wager on that. If the track kind of goes from a slop to a mud to a fast wet or wet fast track, I still think those top 4 horses are just astounding. But we want to make some money on trifectas and superfectas. That's why we're using Everland and Our Pretty Woman in here with our other top 4 horses. So we thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. You guys are killing it watching our videos. We are getting ready to put out our full Kentucky Oaks card, and then our big Kentucky Derby card is coming next in the next few videos. So make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications so you get those alerts when those videos drop. Thanks for watching and good luck.